Hai, mwiroreri wa metha ya Kagoni uri mwega njitagwo Monica Kagoni ngikunyita ugeni thiini wa metha ya Kagoni ni utuikite unofficial subscriber wa metha ya Kagoni tondu ngwiraga that is the biggest support ungihe na kwirorera tabarira iria twakurehera nigetha tuhote guthi na mbere na gukuria community ya metha ya Kagoni, and it is so simple. How handikito subscribe na ready no hora fatara tu go click na utuike unofficial subscriber wa metha ya Kagoni. Hi, how are you? Muthenya wa umuthi tunyitite ugeni muiretu umwe ni muiretu mwithi no ndimwikire category ya Gen Z na mwiroreri ni uwi thiini wa tabarira ya metha ya Kagoni ni tukurehagira tabarira ya Why Are You Single, na ni tuonaga ngurara iria atumia kana athuri na muno atumia to nio mokaga haha, ngurara iria makoragwo makuite hindi ria ihiko ciao ciathira kana riria maigua ringi muthuri ni amatiganirie agithia kihikia mutumia ungi. Ni tuonaga ngurara cia a wife who was abandoned by her husband kana a woman who went through divorce. But what about children, ciana? Hindi ria gwatuika mucii uria marakurira ni mucii wi haro, ithe aturaga huraga nyina kana ithe ni amatiganiria athie mucii ungi, athi kuiga mutumia ungi na mutumia ucio ena ciana, atiganiria ciana ciake athie kurora ciana ingi ateciarire kana kwagea divorce aciari eri matigana. What happens to the children? Ciana cikoragwo cikuite githinikanio kana ruo kana kieha kihana atia. We are hosting Mercy Wanjiko agitugeria gutuhumburiria mbica ya riri. When parents fight, ciana cikoragwo cikigua atia ngoro-ini. When parents divorce, ciana cikoragwo cikigua atia ngoro-ini. We muthuri riria watiganiria ciana ciaku wathi wiga mutumia ungi wina ciana urorage ciana icio ugatiganiria ciaku ri, ciana icio ciaku cikoragwo cikigua atia ngoro-ini. Ucio ni wetu kunyita ugeni icaritari kana ica ikuhe no mbere ndaya ndirenda gutwara very fast kuria mwena wa Mombasa go introduce kuri project tureta Vipingo Prime. Ni project ya Optiven. It's only 30 minutes from Moi International Airport and only 5 minutes only from Vipingo Airstrip. Ni handu hega muno ungigithia ugure wake holiday home, and that holiday home ririo tari kuo you convert it into Airbnb. Ndirakwirire ndaricirauga every year Kenya ndiraga kuingiria 2.4 million international tourists. Andu acio ni ureyuria makomaga tu tondu gicukiro kia mbere gikoragwo kiri Mombasa, then Masai Mara, kiki ukundu gutiganite, but they must go to the coast, they must go to Mombasa. Ni weyuragia makomaga ku. It's such a big opportunity. Ekung'etheire uguo, you what you need is to grab the opportunity wabe ugure. Kwina muigana wa 8, kwina quarter, kwina urio muigana urio kwenda ni ukuona thiini wa Vipingo Prime. It's a 5-star project. That means solar street lighting, kwina mai, kwina thitima, kwina perimeter wall. This is a majestic gate. There is security 24/7, cabro pathways, icio ciothe na iria kana beach ririo just 4 kilometers kuma haria project yenweri. Namba ya Optiven 0790300300 mahurire roriu nigetha wigine na mweke wa kuigithia thiini wa Vipingo Prime. Na wona waigithia kana korwo ni wigithitie turauga ndukareke kia giaku gikare idle. We have a developer wetagwo Promito, and Promito is going to build for you. Na korwo ndure na mbeca ciothe, you only need to raise 30% or finance or 70%. 70 cimurikanire mukuriha na ihinda rigana atia, miaka igana ona, nawe ukorwo ukirihira kindu giaku. Tunasema saini masaa ya kuondokea rent, and we are not just building houses, we are building homes. Haya, mwiroreri jitikiria nyite ugeni mundu gwitwo Mercy Wanjiko metha-ini ya Kagoni. Karibu sana Mercy.
Thank you.
Thengiũ muno ni gutucerera. Lazima ukue we ni Gen Z. Ama we ni millennial?
Gen Z.
We ni Gen Z.
Yeah.
Ni wale watu waogopi kusema.
Yeah, but kind of emotional, shy.
Yeah. It is okay, we will deal with it. Okay. Vile tu itakuja tutadeal nayo.
Thank you.
So Mercy umete ku?
Nyumite Nyandarua County.
Kipipiri.
Yeah.
Nikuo ciarirwo.
Yeah.
Mugaciarwo mũrĩigana.
Tũciarĩtwo twĩ 5 girls. Yeah.
Mũtirĩ brother.
Tũtirĩ brother, tũtirĩ brother.
Inyuĩ mũrĩ nyũmba ya mũmbi ĩrĩa yarĩ na airĩtu.
Yeah, 5 girls.
Wewe wa kaigana?
Second born. Yeah.
Nĩku ũthomeire na kũu, nĩkuo ũrereirwo kana your childhood ya gũthomea hanaga atĩa?
Basically childhood yakwa ithiũrũrũkĩte Kipipiri, Nyandarua, tũtirĩ twathama. Yeah.
So woka Nairobi mũgima?
Yeah, ndoka ndĩ mũgima.
Are you a mother, a wife?
A mother.
A mother. All right. Nĩ ũranyandĩkĩire message na nĩ ndatarĩria tukĩambĩrĩria about growing up in a violent home.
Yeah.
Atumia no mokaga magaikara haha makanjĩra ndahũragwo. Kagoni ma ndahũragwo. Ukona ruo rũrĩa mutumia ũcio ena ruo.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever had a chance ya kuigua mwana wonaga nyina akĩhũrwo kana onaga ithe akĩhũrwo. Thikũ ici athuri nĩ marahũra atumia.
Yeah.
Tell me, mũgĩkũra kwanyu rĩ, harĩa wambagia kũririkana rĩu nĩ ndirikanaga mamu na baba maikaraga thĩinĩ wa maica mahanaga atĩa?
Well, gwitũ ingiuga gũtiarĩ peaceful at all, tondũ ũngĩoririe kwang'ania ata mũtoi nĩ agũkũrehe. Tondũ watũraga mbu each and every day. No na kũngĩaugĩrĩrwo next mbu ũkorwo ti gwitũ no nĩ hakuhĩ na gwitũ, andũ matingĩokire gũteithia. Megwĩciria nĩ gwitũ. Mũthenya the same case. Wigua for instance ũrĩa gũkoragwo ĩno nĩ gĩcagi na mĩani neighbor. So yahingũrire kameme, that is now the radio, sauti and everything. Kwajia haro, wigua kila mũndũ nĩ
ciothe ikahorio.
Ciothe nĩ ciahorio. Angĩona nĩ ũkũmakora nginya rũgiri-inĩ. Makĩrorera. Magĩcũthia. Gũthikĩrĩria. So basically kiuga gwitũ gũtirĩ that moment ingiuga twanaikara tũgatheka like now the whole family.
Hĩndĩ ĩyo nĩ ũrahũrwo?
Well, mom mostly na ithui twahũragwo. Yeah.
Mamu wanyu nĩ mũkuona akĩhũrwo?
Tũkuona akĩhũrwo, ndarorerwo nguo, gũikio nja ya now the matrimonial bedroom yao.
Agathiĩ kũ?
Ikabidi tuoke ikare gwitũ. Yeah.
What are some of the instances you remember?
Well, there's one twathia thukuru rũcinĩ. It was early on a morning. And marĩire makĩnegenania. So agĩkĩrio nguo ciake nja. Now the briefcase and everything. Icio ingĩ tũkĩrwo tũthi tũmũrutĩre igũrũ wa mũkanda. Now for us tũkĩrega. So ikabidi rĩu agĩcuruta ciothe. Arabu agĩthiĩ wĩra, mama agĩcicokia. Mũthenya ũyũ ũngĩ nake agĩũka ningĩ still agĩikĩrio nja, so ikabidi rĩu agĩthamĩra gwitũ.
Rumu yanyu?
Yeah.
Na hĩndĩ ĩno arathamĩra rumu yanyu rĩ, nĩoĩkaine kũu kana ikaraga rumu-inĩ yanyu na hitho?
Nĩoĩkaine kũu. Kĩrĩa tu basically atarenda nĩ akorwo na his room.
O bedroom-inĩ yake?
Yeah.
When you talk of your mom akĩhũrwo rĩ, nĩ haro yake, nĩ ekũgũthwo na rũkũ kana nĩ ngudi kana haro iria wana experience ahũragwo atĩa?
Okay, haro mostly nĩ akuoya kĩndũ amũnyugutĩre amũhũre, nĩ akũmũhũra physically, nĩ akũmũhũra verbally. So those were the fights. Na ciakoragwo each and every day. Yeah.
Kwĩ hĩndĩ akũmũingata inyuothe?
Kwa hĩndĩ tũgũikio nja, nĩ tũkũrara nja.
Inyuothe?
Ithuothe. Na still nĩ agũtwetha na akuona bado no arĩ kũhũra. So ndirikana one instance twathire gũkoma na sister yakwa bafu, no megĩcagi bafu ciĩ nja. Na tũkĩnyitanĩrĩra hau ona tũtingĩ breathe. Tondũ still no arathiũrũrũka the whole compound akĩmwetha. Some instances nĩ tũgũthiĩ neighbors nĩ ũrĩa maiguire each and every day nĩ commotion, nĩ akuga reke ngũteithie tu twana tũtũ tũnini tũkome, inyuĩ ona heho no ikĩmũringe mũtikĩrĩ na thĩna na the big ones. So kona some neighbors nĩ moya twana tũnini at least tũkĩone handũ ha gũkoma, ithuĩ angĩtũrĩ anene at least.
Mũkũrara nja?
Ĩni.
Nja?
Nja kinya gũkĩa.
Kipipiri, I imagine, is very cold.
Kwe heho kwe heho muno.
Na mukurara nja-inĩ ĩyo?
Tukurara nja. Mostly tugukoma bafu kana ture tucoke akoma kana hana ta rest. Mama gatwira tuthie iriko. So tugathie iriko tukehingira. Kinya nono ure muhingaga na thiini hafu mugacoka mukoya kiroko muka sukumiriria murango sa tatu na ageria gwikia hena kemotiki ya.
Uguo niguo mugwika. Thukuru ni mugokira muthie thukuru?
Nitugithie cukuru kama kawaida.
Muraire nja?
Eni, ona turi aho tu. You still have to go to school. Gwika atia?
Ni gukaite irio?
Asha, mostly incident iria naite irio ni nono ure mugayagiro tu irio. Okero, like mom, for instance, there's this one instance aturugeire irio, but the food could not be enough, so she was like, dio ikana ni kuria mukuria thaici mugakua, okay, wage kuria ugakua kana urie ukaga gukua. So my dad akigairo, so twagairo irio ithuothe, so nake agitwariro ciake. Aumire nja agicita, and he called the dog. Twari na Kagoni gakiria anakirogamirira hau nguirikie kuria, and then he was like, hello, niurugite? Akiuma na agithi twamona the following day.
Ahurira u?
We don't know. No, of course ndakiuria muthuthuri menzake whether have you cooked. Yeah.
No horirie mundu wanja. This is a parent uraitira ngui irio irie na ciana ciake cirero either choose kuria tha ici ugaga gukua kana wage kuria nigetha ugakua.
Na niita, and I was like, ona tikabange irio icio cio ringirie
na rugamirira ngui irie.
Na rugamirira ngui irie.
Kai mwahikitwo na inyuĩ kuringana na uria wiguaga?
No. Tuhana take magego basically moko ciara. Actually mean on the brown witu, but despite kuwa brown mouth ni make.
God. Any other instance you remember?
Za food kumogo?
That violence.
Violence zilikuwa mingi. Kuna hii ingine tumeenda shule tukafukuzwa, that is school fees. So for me I was high school, my sister alikuwa primary. So kware, okay, my career it's like divide, like gutire matiranyitana. So urakora wina guko ciaku, now that is after kuma now the bedroom. So muduru ni ikarie fagora huthira waku ithano ni riaku, na mam agaukorire ni uheanire ithano riake to the dad ni mukurwa.
Okay, so your mom ena ithanwa riake?
Mundu ikare na
kindu giake? Kila
mtu kindu giake.
Guko ciaku, yani basically kiringiwa mashiaga ni the sitting room todo, yo ni the general room. Bedroom kila mtu akona yake?
Kila mtu akona vitu zake. So apparently my sister kimashukuru gokoe, sometimes goko ciageshagi they behave funny, ne ukegeta nterekirie na dinarekia. So fafare mugunda akigwa goko ne akegeta, and he thought that goko ne arekia, but haijataga. So sister yako tadore mushia yoka kioriore haitube. She was like, gutiri itube nyonete ndakuria ri haitube, and she's asking itube riri kufafa. My sister ahorirwo haro. My mom runi athiete mugunda. Now the neighbor had to call my mom, okay, amuri tokorore ni ki mwana takahoragirwo nyumba.
Ni uria ahorirwo?
Ni uria ahorirwo. Other instant, but iyo ni agietha mom. Now that is riri aramwetha.
Aretha mamu wanyu
hindi? Riri aretha my mom.
Akugerera hari inyuĩ ciana?
Akuhetukira hari ithui ciana. Nigetha riu amwone, like amfikie. Ni aukatu akwire agakurumania na the mom. Nigetha mama react to many chances cia korwa. The other instances that I remember ingine ni mama twarite a friend, now the daughter are in a graduation. so mam ni atukagirirwo nginya utuko tondu na mathire graduation na marathi koraihu nigetha macoke so tugetigwo na baba and he started asking niki mureranaga ira na baba anyu na mamu anyu ndona ndongeririkana niki muraragiririe tondu na muratheka kana ndongeririkana I remember athire agitwa Cyprus
amuhure
ndahorirwo ni ndahorirwo bara
tondu nauga kiria mureranaga
ndinauga kiria tureranaga na mom.
Are you not supposed to speak to your mom?
Ni tofati no now amukora in those happy moments
ndekwenda
uguo tondu ni ugukora riu ni atiganie na mamru kumuhura kana riria mamru ageria kumweherera so mama ageria go seek her own peace tijigano hari ru no nginye etheka undu ga gutuma maroe kana manegenanie kana no nginya kugia undu no nginya o muthenya ru kuhitanio so amukoraga ahikura gate kahora mwina rugiri athikiriria niki muraria ni aguthikiriria agakoigwa kana mwamuigwa na me of course kuri undu kaguika ka behavior kaigwa mundu familia mwakira rucio ni ukorio muraugaga atia nduraririkana na niki muraragiri nduraririkana niki murathekagia riu ni kwaga kumwira ni gwatomire horo bara so why of course ti bara riu gwikorwo kwa uhurire niki mwana ni akomwira niki gitumire ahore so riu bara kanjia
makambania riu na mamu wanyu hau murareja utuku ucio
murareja so sometimes ni gukora hindi ciothe aramuikinyo theja ni akugayania urio ni mitwo kwao
yo aikare nyumba
no he's a good person no ni tondu I'm named after his mother na dari rebellious hariye cause arenda demo choose na digota kumu choose dige mam tondu riria tuna mathina mam no rustic na ithui yakeherera agathie so dam choose rucio coke athie tutigwo na mam
ugeka
atia tondu muciari ni muciari despite ono kono mama wanyu still ena emotion like ukumu choose nike ni rona marugo maria amugereria so riu hahorari goro now who do I choose jage kumu choose hajire daradihira school fees.
Wait a minute, when you say ni arenda umuchuzire, is it literally araguikaria thi agakuria urenda guthi nau kana exactly
okay,
what
it's not like guthi like ura side now so ni agukagwete guikaria thi nyoko none kaga hajikanagia hajiraga ona ni rona hari wega uguo so you're like omwire wikaga ABCD no riu ndukuhota tondu riu amwira wikaga ABCD because when someone provokes you kurio reactaga wa react niki ni kuringana na uria mundu uyu aguprovokire so the moment like riu araguikaria thega kuri ona ho ndurona uguo tajikaga wega so ndukuhota gucide nake riu ni gukira gukira agakwira riu no wa choose
mamu wanyu
ni bara ni ukuhurwo ni ni ukoimo school fees ni kwa school fees simply because dona mside na yake
ni wathomire secondary
ndathomire secondary
ni agukurihira
twathoma nginya around form 2 that is almost igithi guthiririkira kuma haugero school fees itagia maitugo
kuma form 2
now that is the end of that term suko
tajira tiriri tiga riu harori did ni oraga ringi agathi toria tuonaga thuri mundu ni ora ni athi muci ungi ni kwikaraga ciana icio nicio athomithagia nikio arakwira ndari school fees mwana ona instances cia baba wanyu agithie kundu kungi
my dad no wapakaga things apparently
agathie
no gupack athie agathie agaikara kwa now the lady the mutumia ucio nake
ena mutumia ungi
mahana ta maikania igoro
agacoka
akapaki indo ciake apparently agacoka gwito
na mutumia uyu ni mumwe inyue gukwa guthie ni mwiniku
well ithui twana okay for my mom mam no kuigua tondu gutiari kuraihu no ni kundu aringaga nguru muno kabata na nguru maingi so for mam ni iguaga
ni kuna
but me na my sister ni tuthiete nginya ko yeah
mwathie ni gwitwo mwetu kana mwathie atia
twathie tondu gutire na irio mucii there is no food na mam ru ni haharamwira gutire na irio kogo mugwika atiriri ona kumigwa fanyu ikaraga muthie kwa so from school ni kundu kunene turathi kilomita nyingi aria angi makiinuka miene iyo tukainukania nao tukaringirira ngurumo icio riu nona tugukitumire 5:30 cukuru koguo urikinya almost 7 tuthi tukore ni marugire turie tutirara kou twanji thabari ya kuinuka
ni mukuheo irio ni mutumia uyu
yeah she was kind ni atuheaga irio yeah
na mugukora irio cia muthemba uriku ka mugukora maraikara maica ma muthemba uriku mwatara inyue kwanyu mutire irio nikio muraringirira ngurumo ici
well irio tugukora ni marugite irio apparently ko ukiringithania na ithui tondu ni gukora ni rugeirwo ngima na maguta so that mukuriro mohana chapo uri andu marugaga ngima na maguta
mai mekirito maguta
boga nacio ciraita maguta agorirwo like Rina fafa endete maguta maya Marina and back then twahuthagira maybe solids but ni agorirwo maguta maya ma mai tondu metagwo maguta ma mai ni agorirwo maguta ma mai ithu tutiri na maguta thabuni ni ukora autigire thini wa kiria wa mai so wahana tawa diso na ithu gwitu mama arakwira
utiri thabuni
gaka gathabuni ni umenye tu kuhura uniform either hure kara no the color of the na nguo hahathi tondu like ona ndingigana
kuhaka nguo
ngima
na muhiki thabuni we mai ni ukiyeyuka
urayeyukira hau ugithi guita mai urakora githabuni kira
maguta marina
na maguta marina
na kwanyu gutire
gutire
mutumia uyu na ciana
ena twana twiri
ona korwo hihi no muke ciana ni koragwo ngima ni imenyaga maundu ni ciana cia baba wanyu kana ni mutumia arokire aroya amukorete na ciana
amukorire na ciana
na ni cio aragurira Rina my god
Rina twana twiri riu kuma hau ni manjia go find your way back home tondu ni utuko mutire koma kou so it was tough tondu muriiritu twi ndumaini no nginya tuinoke mucii riu uguo gakora uguo niguo mara shift but baba ni ari na mukawa but still mutingiarire mukawa-ini ucio I guess I instructed aria mendagia kou tondu tuingiraga uguo no ria mundu wingiraga mukawa babanyu onaga metha kuburi makaroka hari ha mandathi makaroko hari ha pesa
mutikoe kindu
mutingiheo nginya mandathi mukiinoka
onaki
and there was this one day sister yakwa faintire twi cukuru
ni kuhuta
so I was called tukiurio thina ungikorwo ni uriko no kurira twaririre tukirwo tuthi
tondu na mutirahota kuga
tuna tukuhota kuga atia
na baba wanyu niwe mwene mukawa
na ni moi baba na mukawa
hindi iyo muraire mutarite
turaire tutarite kana itha oraria waga ukua kana wakua na ndunaria riu ona citikaraga tondu before na break time ka break kare ka guthii parade
ni
uriire ciothe tondu wakoraga cukuru ni mandatory ukue so na waga ukua ni ukuhurwo na waga ukua irio kana wetio muciari riu ukora ndunaria
nigetha
ugakua mwarimu agakuona na ndici tondu ni kwari na wici wa irio mostly no ndungenda urare mukiugithio bu mukihoro riu ningi uke waniko ni uraire irio tondu riu maratam uri utana kuwa irio no urare irio ciene so you better carry your own lunch box riu mamione at least no ko ni uraire tha irio uraire
my god na baba anyu na mukawa
baba na mukawa
na ni aragura Rina kuria
maguta ma mai
mamu wanyu ni angiingirire mukawa-ini ucio
Aca ndabatie. Ndabatie nĩ gũthiĩ kũ.
Uguo nĩ mũndũ wonaga mbia.
Yeah, arĩ na mbia, arĩ mwandĩke. Arĩ supervisor in a certain company. No nĩ arĩ na biacara yake.
Koguo ti mbeca iratũmage kũmũgũrĩra irio.
Naca, ena mbeca. He has money.
Okay, mwiroreri, I know this is a very, very difficult conversation. Mũndũ gũikara thĩ arie cia mũciari wake. But it's time we had this conversation tondũ uguo nĩguo aciari mareka. Wakora mũciari wa mũthuri nĩ atiganĩirie ciana ciake, agĩthiĩ kũiga gacungwa na athomithagie na akarera ciana icio. Do you realize the bitterness ukoragwo ũgĩkĩra your own children? Na rĩmwe nĩ ndĩũragia wĩciragia ũgũthereme atĩa if your very very own children ndũngĩmateithia. Tell me, Mercy, ũrĩa njugire atumia nĩ mokaga haha with a lot of bitterness. Rĩngĩ mũthuri we nĩ amũtigire agĩthiĩ kwa mũhiki ũngĩ kana nĩ atiganĩirie ciana ciake. That when you see these things, when you see your mom akĩhũrwo, akĩingatwo, nguo ciake ikĩrutwo kamba-inĩ ikahũrithio thĩ, when you see your dad, your own dad akĩmũingata thiĩ mũgakome nja kana agĩita irio ũguo akarũgamĩrĩra ngui ĩrĩe, how does that make you feel?
Okay, well, it make me feel mad. Na ngaigua ukaigua like urakarĩire mũciari we mwenyewe. Cause ndĩ mwana waku ona mama ndakĩhikĩte nani, like ndĩ waku. But for real, mũciari no eke ũguo. So there are these incidents. Baba arĩ mũrĩmi side yakwa also. He's a supervisor ena wĩra wa mũkawa na bado no ararĩma. So because he was the sole heir yakwa mũciĩ. So he has a lot of land. So akarĩma. Ako kana mboco na bebe. But let me tell you, okay, ora ngwĩrie like magayanaga.
Mũndũ gwake
na indo ciake. My dad would cook his own meal, like atherũkie gĩtheri gĩake kana aruge mboco ciake. Inyuĩ mũtirĩ, but we nĩ akũrĩa ciake, nĩ akũrĩa wega, nĩ arathire aroka na mboco, nĩ arathire aroka na mbembe. No nĩ ciake ye mwenyewe.
Ndakũmwĩta inyuĩ ciana ĩ, akĩime mamu wanyu. Ndangĩmũhe.
Aca. So nĩ ciake mwenye arĩe acoke ige icio ingĩ ciatigara. The following day eke to the same thing. So akoraga nĩ kamũtindo. So you are mad at him. Tondũ ũraga nĩkĩ gũtũhe. Tũrĩ yaku na tũtirĩ ya gũkwo nao. But still you are calling your dad. So ũgakora ũkuĩte anga. Yani uwe mũraka ũrakarĩte nĩe. So it was not easy. Yari tough. Gũkua the anger, the bitterness in you. Na ti ũmũthĩ atĩ ĩgathira rũciũ. It's each and every day. Yari mtindo. Yeah.
Mwathi kũrĩa mũkũheo irio nĩ mũhiki wake rĩ, mũkĩinũka ũtukũ na your sister, hihi mũgũkorwo mũkĩaria ndeto irĩkũ? Of course you saw the rina, you saw the masabuni, mũthire kũu nĩ ng'aragu. Mũkĩinũka mũgũkorwo kana when you look back mwaragia maũndũ marĩkũ?
Well, twathiaga tũkĩmũkacaga of course. Tondũ you're like na akamagũrĩra maguta. And you're like, wĩnonĩa gĩthabuni kĩu ũrĩa kiuma maĩ-inĩ na inyuĩ mũtirĩ, and you're like mũkorania nĩ gũtũmena tũmenete kanĩkĩ. Because sometimes nĩ angĩatwĩkire very upfront amwĩre we tondũ wĩna thakame ya nyũkwa ndirakwenda. So twathiaga tũkĩũranagia nĩ gũtũmena, yani atũmenete
kiasi hicho,
like level ĩyo atĩ ndangĩhota gũtũ-provide. No kũrĩa kũngĩ nĩ tuona
kwĩna kĩna.
So what about us? Yeah.
Wow. Mwĩroreri ndĩrenda twambe tũrũgame hanini but no nyende kũigua comment yaku, koguo nyandĩkĩra thĩinĩ wa comment section ũnjĩre what do you think about this story? What do you think about aciari arĩa matiganagĩria ciana ciao? What do you think about maybe on our you grew up in a very violent home? How was it like for you? Just a brief comment to tuandikire how uguo. Jugire, this is a very difficult conversation. It is not easy kuona mwana agikara thi kwaria cia muciari wake, but we must have this conversation tondu ni muratiganiria ciana cianyu na mukamaturia na ngurara for the rest of their lives, na mugatuma maisha mao mahane ta mangithi uguo maharagane ni ngurara iria maturite makuite kuma maritwa na tunini. Na rimwe ndiyuragia, when you're doing these things as a man, as a woman, ni wiyuragia mwana ucio ni agakura anenehe nawe ukorwo utari na hinya, mwana ucio atue itua ria gugutiganiria nawe uturi umurumaga, yet ni kiria wahandire hindi ria mwana ucio ari munini. Ni wiyuragia ciana icio uthiaga kurera citari ciaku ni igakinya handu ikuingata in your old age. Yeah, that is what happens. But anyway, ketwambe turugame hanini tu ni turacokereria.
Welcome to the coastal paradise of Kenya, where beauty meets investment opportunity. Nestled in the heart of Vipingo lies a hidden gem awaiting discovery for Kenyans and the global citizens. Vipingo Prime by Optiven. Situated approximately 30 minutes from Mombasa, 5 minutes from Vipingo Airstrip, and within easy reach of popular destinations, Ocean View Ridge offers proximity to the best of the coast. A grand entrance gate welcomes you, while solar street light ensures safety and security to well-maintained cable roads for smooth access. Contact Optiven on 0723 400 500.
Mwiroreri ni twacokereria. Ino ni Metha ya Kagoni, tunyitete ugeni Mercy Wanjiku, na Mercy, thank you so much ni kugia na courage ya kwaririria uhoro uyu.
Thank you for having me.
Karibu. Warikia form 4, let's say you tikugimara but no agikinya like age 18.
Yeah.
Ni mwari na a good relationship with your dad? Ni mahotire gusukukanagia na good relationship?
No. Tutiana ikara thi nake tukaria, tutiana ikara nake thi tugatheka. You know, they should know some friends. I'm a friend. No ni okuiga gutariria the relationship they have with their dad. For me, we have never todo. Ona twakendaga muno riria atari kuo. Cause you know tigukona konegena tugutheka. But tutire twanagia tutiumire tugite ndogo njega nake. Yeah.
Mwithukuru ri ni muiguaga mwina heho tondu ciana ciothe ni ta ciui kuria muraire nja, ni ta ciui uria muraire mukihurwo, ni mwakoragwo na heho thukuru?
Ni twakoragwo na heho muno tondu for me diaragia digio thire nginya haria mbere no rio hoyaga mwarimu rutha uthikioro ndingiathire
ni guoya.
So twakoragwo na guoya. Arafu guoya wa kuga no yenye imeni affect sana nginya ndi manene. Like kukwambia no nitingiahotire cause joy kiria kio gufatie ni gwikagwo like ndingigukararia. Yeah. Tari umwe muci mungeiguire baba wanyu ni okari ni mukura mwihithe muthie rungu rwo riri, or you hide somewhere? Kiria twekaga ni kwihitha twehithaga kana ugakira ni ukora baba ko ndungithi gwika studies sitting room almost ni sitting rooms na kaba ugathi kuhura rucio kwa kurikia homework
tondu hau
na riu ona wathie hoi ona ndagika irio guthoma ni igiri
akwambiriria
cia gatatu ndagika ya gatatu ni kwanjiriria. So when you see him you call ona ndongiaria ndongitheka ndongika anything twari na kuoya fear of him. Yeah.
Ni urajirite uhoro wa bedwetting. Do you tell me about it? Ni thina uhoro wa guthuguma uriri wa gutwara up to what age?
Well, urine incontinence ndeshiragia no rimwe nakoraga ewa kawaida like you bedwet. So me thought for me ni ngiatigire bara apparently ndiatigire cause ndikirathi ni gwithugumira
wikirathi
yeah I remember any the class 7 ru how no like figment ciakwa cia kuririkana now the incidents goikarethe hau nona ndikwira mwarimo
tondura ona ndurathi kuhoya rutha
acha gwithugumira hau the whole day
class 7 and 8 ucio akiri mwiritu mugima
mankwasa oigwa akwira mwiritu ina nyondo dai nani gwithugumira urethugumira tungithi gucera so like bedwetting ta bedweta nginya ndakinya miaka 21 yeah
koguo ti thina ati wotukutu nginya muthenya wikirathi
ndikirathi ni gwithugumira actually zile time nimejikojolea ni mingi sana very many times
looking back ni wonaga tari thina waumanite na maisha maria waturaga hindi iyo
yeah iyo ni yakosetwo ni childhood traumas cause riria ndina stress kana riria uregwa yani kuri undu urakugia that's when you do it ugiuka kuririkana na ngicokia meciria na thutha ruhani after doma primary doma secondary nona still after 21 years of course dina wokoja so ngianjia ku notice ga psycho kawati riri hari undu ragia ire ragia kana kuri undu ndireciria that's when I realized like ndira bedo it na niria nduramenya ndureigwa anything
urikora ni uhehire
urekora tu ni uhehire ndungithiginya gucerera mundu ndungithie nona ura muthia kwa cousins tauga harekani njikare mucii rekani ni ngorora ng'ombe tikiathire yeah because of the urine incontinence
yathira wina miaka ki 21 niguo batiga after riu ku realize thina uyu urehagwo ni childhood trauma na trigger ni stress
yeah
is your dad alive
no
agikua did you ever have a chance ya kumwira baba ni maundu maria wekaga ni mani destroyed na jireno neno did you ever have a chance kwaria nake maybe in his final days kana did you ever have a chance ya kumwira baba that's something kugeria ku reconnect nake
baba ni mundu taingikaririe thi umwire tondu ekaga atiriri twanageria me my sisters tukauga kituthi tukamwaririe so muikara hau we akwanjiru kurehe maundu ma nginya we utari muciari na first born ni muciari so ru akwanjiru kurehe maundu ma before na ndungi approach my dad. I remember there was this one instance ni dauma korea ndari kishoka so gushoka mucii no ndihari go approach at my dad kumwira ndihari kihiko-ini ni dauma no like gumwira atia cause the fear in him guoyore twinake guoyore ndinaguo hari ndingihota to ndageria kumwira akuga ni mamura ndarire yani ndungihotire kumu approach ni ndaikarire na guoya yakwa we feared my dad kugo ndungiamwikaririe thi umwire oh no some girls maikara kana baba the girl talk otire
ani wo athuri medete their daughters
baba ndungikaria nake umwire anything like twamwitigirite ndungiamwikaririe thi not even a single minute
so agikua yari uguo
agikua still the relationship was sour
Aku, how did you feel as his child? Waririkana karugendo karia mutwaranite nake as your father?
To be honest, it sound weird. But there were no emotions.
Ni ile tu kuhumuka.
Toni ndaiguire, okay, ndirikanaga one day ndari haria ndandikitwo wira. But sasa iria uratindokirwo fafanyore kire fafanyore kire that is ukihuriro kuma so if kuria ndari na riria ndandikaga nao the daily schedules and everything giandika like I wish to my dad would just leave athieto so now they are horiro now that is maybe a month after ngĩhũrĩrwo thimũ ndarĩ wĩra-inĩ and I was told like baba wanyu nĩ akua. Believe you me, ndarĩrire hĩndĩ ĩyo like now the news cia hĩndĩ ĩyo, but I never cried again. Na nĩrĩa ndarĩ wĩra-inĩ ndarĩrire thaa icio. I was back on my feet. Ngĩthiĩ ku attend customers. And that was it. I never cried. I was never emotional about him like and it's like it's well no it's well like there were no emotion. Yeah.
Like we are now going to have peace.
Yeah, no naginya ũrĩa thia kuona mũndũ mog. I remember my aunt now my sister to my mother. When we wariraga. Tondũ tũingĩrana mao niĩ na the auntie now. When we ũrarĩra.
Inyuĩ mũtheretie maitho gũtheria. Torĩa JJ yaugaga.
For me, I was not crying. So I don't know whether my mom arĩragĩra na thĩinĩ tondũ at the end of the day nĩ mũthuri wake. So ndingiuga hake, I don't know. Maybe nĩ arĩrire behind our backs ndũngĩmenya. But for me, tiarĩrire. To me have your conversation na my sister nimempigia simu and I asked him, and asked her like, do you really miss him like kuna ini ananiambia tuleke ngoire. To be honest,
no,
miss though there are some sisters that maigire mahutio. But for me
gutire.
It was like yeah.
And finally.
Yeah, now it's like finally. Yeah.
Guy. Wanahika. Kana ũndũ ũcio nĩ watũmire uge niĩ and marriage ex. Wanahika.
Yeah, the funny thing, I got married. Yeah, that was once upon a time.
Once upon a time you got married.
Yeah.
And the once upon a time, did it end well after?
Apparently, ndiamenyaga thĩna ũrĩa ndarĩ naguo. So the traumas. So one day I just woke up and ended it.
When we were in kĩhiko kĩu?
Yeah.
Was the guy a good guy?
The guy was very good. Actually, now, ũrĩa ũgacemania nake. Not unless maybe I block him, but he's a very, very good person. Yeah.
Okay, ne fears irĩkũ waiguire niĩ ndingĩhota kĩhiko gĩkĩ and you decided to end it? Mũndũ ũyũ ndarakũhũra. Mũndũ ũyũ ti mwainegene.
No.
Mũndũ ũyũ nĩ ara provide.
Yeah.
So he was doing exactly the opposite of what your dad was doing.
Yeah, actually, when twapatire way, so my mom was like, Mase, mũndũ nĩ ararĩha nyũmba? Nĩ ararĩha irio? Nĩ areka ABCD? And I was like, yeah. Thĩna wĩa. Yo ngĩhana ta niĩ ndũraga hũragwo. Yo ngĩhana ta niĩ
Mũtarĩaga.
Tũtarĩa. Yo ngĩhana ta niĩ twararaga nja. We nĩ aragwĩka maũndũ macio mothe?
Sure.
And I was like, no. Thĩna ũkĩrĩa. But for them, kuni understand kile niĩ ndĩraigua. So now kumu explain how I'm feeling. Tuyo niĩ itangĩahotire. Because how do I tell a parent ndĩna traumas? Now ukumu explain atĩa mũciari wa tene like ndĩna traumas titatha ici atingĩũka gwĩkaria ndĩ ta mwana waku. At least ngona nĩ ũkũnjethera nginya
ona ndangĩmenya icio ndangĩ-relate.
Ndangĩ ona ararigwo nĩ kĩĩ tũrona rĩu nĩkĩo ũrakũhana nĩ
arona nĩ ũtũrĩka wĩna
yũngĩhana ta niĩ ndekagwo. But for me my fears were ĩkũngĩgathiĩ mũndũ ũyũ turn out like my dad. Okay, to begin with kũhika kĩrĩa ndahika, okay, yarĩ funny tondũ ndauma mũciĩ ndathiĩ wĩra. So from authority to another authority ya wĩra, back to his house and another authority. So for me ndĩraigua
authority maya nĩ maingĩ.
Authority maya nĩ maingĩ mũno. I just need like ndĩrenda handũ mũndũ etaga turn like my dad. But yarĩ ku feel void kĩrĩa ndokire ku realize yarĩ ndona mundu mundu tahana my father tarahora taranegenia daranuma but fear ya mundu yangigatwa not like my dad ukathi atia mwahitania mundu riria murathi kurisolve maundu ari his voice yaku voice yake ukaririkana my dad kwishigwa andu maugaga out of anger urenda kwaria ta baba itu then asha ndingihota ndingikiririria kuria na ndingikiririria kuria kurudaraire nja kuthii kuria kwa mundu utari mam and everything joke ngoroni ndiroka under your authority still ojike the same thing yeah.
But he had not done it.
No.
When you were on attack ungegathi
yeah, the fear arafu come shout out like ndingihota kuhikoka and daily in BP yakwa yatoraga ihabu iguru nini ukongora ndirakoma we muhiku yes but regira gitanda taringi thakenda cio tuko thaa 10 cause ndirenda handu tukwaraniria cause ndiageria ku avoid a certain conversation so kiria ngwika ni gugukirira go shout out tigukwariria ni
wow
yeah
hindi no ruraigira kenda hari will you be intimate with him kana una intimacy ni ushatire riu
shatire kabisa completely
na ti undu agwikire munene
asha
but
kaundu kanini tu nikaiganu njigwe
ndukwenda
no
trigger igatuika trigger ya ironda iria cia tene
rugaigwa kuoya ngitigira ndingimwariria ndingi open up this day was like heko ndukenda kunjariria ndugethe mundu uri aragia nake cause nerona ndirenda kwaria but for me I would rather jikare the watch movie the whole night but tigakwaririe
wow umire kihiko-ini kiu how long ago?
So from 2023 4 5 so now I guess the fourth year 4
so wokirire muthenya umwe kimwira I can't do this no githie
actually okay kuingira in a marriage it's very easy no kuma so for me ntada daumete ania go mentally na goro but riu kuma ku make the step ya kuma niyo yari ilikuwa ngumu sana kuma kihiko-ini one day and people are like nikidirekire urekiro okay ndongehota kuma explain
you really cannot put the bits into pieces uge ni kuhura gatugutire ni irio nyima gutire ni akuheaga he's not verbal
no
he's just a nice guy
but
it's you who have your own issues
don't ndina issues yakwa but by then dia hoteta ku identify
what is the problem
this is the issue this is the problem todo data chenye nilikuja ku realize kuna maundu ndoni like these are repetitive like ABCD giamwa ni director Mathare omothe because we are living near Mathare the mental hospital kiviena gikinya ko akanichukulia file apparently wakadile karudi home giora ni ndeto ariete Mathare because nilikuwa naona deep down
you're not okay
yeah, I'm not okay so I just to gather courage kimwira ninataka tu kwenda yeah
and you left
na nikatoka
and you broke his heart
yeah I know
do you talk
yeah time to times maybe once maybe in a month
tajitikiria guria kiuria gike masi now that you know what was your problem now that you have already identified the problem is it a marriage you would go back to or if not going back to wathi Mathare ni wacokire ringi wana seek help
yeah I did some counseling nidageririe but apparently I couldn't so hiyo still nikatoka
so is it something you would want to try again now that you know nini ni issue thĩinĩ wa marriage ĩno, and my issues are I shut down. I was angry. I'm still maybe struggling with anger, but now that I know my demons, no hote
Kutemu.
Is it something you would reconsider? If not that marriage, maybe another marriage. Is marriage in your things to do?
To be honest, I fear marriages. No le tikagira shoromo hindo ka ushine. I fear. So what if one day niamke tu and then now this other person
Aseje.
Nidetirete biskari nidetirete kiko. I fear that.
It's not something you fear or you're willing to overcome.
Okay, maybe kwanza ni deal with my own self. Then maybe. Yeah, maybe. Hiyo jawahi kuwa in my book list. Kiko nidetirete. Yeah, I fear.
Ni undu wa haria mamu wanyu na baba wanyu.
Yeah, I fear that. Because despite my mom was submissive and everything, still I work. Yes, I know maybe the person maybe when you're apart, it's not like the version of my dad, but hey, ile fear. Alafu the other thing is, mudo unapata like nioi some bits of the story from our home. Anadaga kumwira there was a friend.
Wamwirire.
Wamhura kira kamwira. So me is like asking me, kwa hana ate yakwanyu? Witu kwa sawa, ando marashoka niro kwena thayo. Orahenia neke. And I'm like, neke kero. Then he tells me, the aigire ABCD. And since I knew that only friend knew wagi connected the dots from home, I communicate to the guy. So modora manya kind of story ya witu ore ko hana arafu tokearia wakora like you are mentioning those two things to reda na kwera kana turi as a weapon against me. My friend nitoko hitania na tutakuwa sawa.
Wow. Ndira imagine mwanake ucio angiuka ha metha-ini maundu maria angiuga wamu breakire ngoro yake wamitinangirie uguo ta nyeni.
Na haikuwa verbal, haikuwa physical, and he was like, "What that was yes, I just packed my things, ginya stage, fair, kijira now you go."
Ni hari akwira ucoke?
No.
Wathire ni uguo ni wathire.
Maybe he thought maybe giving me time, but gushoka ndiweciria ile trust, because despite kukwa like a mwiko verbal or a mwiko physical, utiaga tushugo turia, so tushugo to plus my own traumas plus I'm your wife that when that was the you're not fighting or ajira that was this enda tu so nona ni mudo like working the limits yake no koroda admitire like kusema ojikite ABCD gaigwa ginyite mwisho but
ile kusema urenda guthie
urenda gukua ke pack your things eke gukinye stage au kuira indo kwa stage fair nayo
akohe. Do you feel like that was some form of rejection? You felt rejected, maybe ugiendire akurie?
Yeah, I wanted the guy to fight for me like I know me no the drama queen. But arengigwa mudo a fight irokero baby are not going anywhere. No, my girl was like, "Oh, that was the cafe."
Na akumagaria.
Na kanyumagaria.
Mamu wanyu ri ni mwaragia maundu maya as much as ojerire you may not be able to explain to her the childhood traumas, but you sit down even if it's kuririkana mami ni waririkana muthenya uria twathire gukoma kwa nyina wangania, because it's form of therapy. Do you ever have such moments with your mom?
To tutiri tuikara thi, to be honest, kwaria everything my dad made us go through, or anything, ama both of them, tutiri tuikara thi. Now, no mama, she just go heal on your own, just go patch yourself. Tutiri tuikara thi, kwaria.
Do you feel it's time? You initiated that conversation. Now that you have already initiated it here.
Okay. Open up kwake. I don't know, but maybe if I would start a conversation, ngeanza like nerari kana ngebit to around the bush. Maybe sasa ni drive to the point.
And your sisters, mwaragia?
Yeah, twaragia na sisters yako.
Nemukuririkana your dad issues?
Just those silly moments, togatheka.
Now that when you wimenyete ni umuragia kana o ni moe whether they have childhood traumas. Do you go that deep kumera, hey guys, taota uko tu ina thina fulani, that's why we behave the way we behave?
Well, for me, to them, nyona maybe mara behave normally. Because there was this sister yako, she's married. So one day I started to a conversation, nikamuuliza, uko tu sawa na marriage? She's like, yeah, I'm good. So is the guy good? She's like, yeah, not tomorrow tu nini tu harabo watu na tu, yani the physical tu ile ya family. Kasikia tu ye
ako tu sawa.
Ye tu ako tu sawa. Au wengine wenye wako shule. Now our fourth born, ye tu anaongea but hananga tu story. She's like, niko hika hane tamamito. No. Now the last born, kana niariganagera kana eko tarakia. Wamuhorera. Ni mase, nitiendaga stories ya tumia. Like she's just akutu
in a world of her own.
Kinya niariganagera, like utagiuria eha. She's just in there though. So it's hard kumakinyira. So not unless mudu akwire I feel ABCD.
Okay, deda turikiririe shwina mwirereri gwirie, it's a very difficult conversation. Onawe ni urona is a difficult one. Onawe ni ura imagine masitajira atiriri, and it's a question ndirenda kuria na ujitikirie. Even in death, how do you feel about your dad? Ni mundu wiguaga wedete, well, he did all those things, he's my dad, I love him. Kana in death you're like, mi hata stories zake siwezi taka kusikia. Even in death.
In death, I'm not emotionally connected to him. Like, Chitana Gionake, now my dad. The name. But nothing more.
Nehuwa, inaishia kwa jina.
Inaishia tu hapo.
Do you hate him?
Okay. You see like how you met a stranger kwa barabara. You say hi, maybe the second day, hi. So, see it like I wouldn't say like namchukia.
You're just indifferent.
Yeah, but kuja ni affection wise.
Hakuna. Ni kama stranger umekutana naye kwa barabara.
Ile tu void yenye, you know, ukiwa mdogo, your dad anakuanga your first man in your life. Yule mtu wa kwanza, the first mwanamume mwenye anakupenda. Because for me, dogia dhake ile in the laps of my dad. Fafa kunyitaga guo wa maternity. Ogore wira nyitakana karore.
Nyoguo ndaga kunyita rege.
Dogia dhake ile shira-ini cia fafa.
Ugeuka hau ni riri urakunywo kana urahurwo.
Dogia mukuhiriirie. So your distance, your rejection yenye alikupea ni tough.
Haya, now that you know your void, niki ureka kufeel that void. tondu kwi mundu wiciragia njohi ni yo njega ungiageciria rume ni wega you know in the attempt to fill the void.
Yeah, sure.
You now that you know the best thing about you you already know your demons.
Yeah.
Ni void area winayo. So what are you doing about it? Nigetha, yes, your dad didn't give you this, he rejected you, he didn't love you, he did all those things wauga. Yeah. But now it's time to change the narrative. Nigetha utuike whole again. What are you doing about it?
Yeah, for me, nikipata ile time yenye nimepata times, wanaenda tu maybe Heaven's Gate, na relax uko tu siku kadhaa. Okay, not kind like relaxing. Then naenda home, ile time yenye maybe si uko, now a movie addict. Yeah.
Do you date?
No.
You don't date?
No.
Mercy. Na niwe kairitu gathaka, ndukwenda my brother?
To be honest, I don't date.
Ni uri arata? Are you social?
I'm not that social. Actually, hiyo kitu with the traumas ilifanya like kila mahali nimeenda kijaribu tu kuwa emotionally attached na mimi ama kuwa attached na mimi kiasi. Joraga ihenya
ugatengera.
I ran. So unapata nimekuwa many places but siwezi nikasema this is my friend, this is my just like how you can have a friend from primary school, high school, places that you have worked. Sina isipokuwa tu mmoja mwenye nimepata tu recently. Yeah.
So woma wira ni nyumba.
Ni doma. Nyumba purely wira. Nyumba wira. Ile siku yenye siendi dahiga murago iguru nathi.
Movie.
Nijue tu niko na snacks za hiyo siku. Movie. The whole day ni hari shifta ginya na socket thimonethirire mwaki. That's my life. A very boring life.
A lonely life.
A lonely life because okay, for me it's like how you say black is my favorite color. This color is for me. I don't have preferences. Really? Don't have my favorite meal. I don't have any what favorite in me. Siwezi nikakwambia any. But movies, action.
Action.
Yeah.
Action ni ya Prison Break kana neri kuri ugai.
Yeah. Any series any action, any movie any action. Now
that's your thing.
Yeah.
No dating, no flirting, no nothing.
No nothing. Staki. I just feel ukitaka kukuja just shut you kwa pale. Yeah.
Okay. Na ureshiriria ati to tell this story. Now that clearly we would very reserved. What made you think it's time I told this story?
Okay, well, they right now, so most of the time unapata like niko kwa call center. So mostly kwa lap yangu naeka earphones, nafungulia YouTube. Kwa sasa ni ile yenye maybe niko na a lot of work yenye nahitaji typing and everything. So mimi nitaeka tu earphones,
usikize.
So nisikize now your stories. Sasa nianze kupitia hizo zenye now the stories, and I listen to women so akisema venye walifanywa na their husbands. And there is this one question yenye umoragia waikaraganike like wakiragiriria niki how. So and I was like I knew why my mom akiragiriria because she was always like tigane inywe ciana dagire ko. So there is this other thing yenye for me ni affect. Shiona uko kuna ile yenye unaulizanga mathiane kinomatiko iraga ama some wengine wanajibu ushaikuwa addict to something emotional yenye na kutrigger. Like riria fafa makirete na mama ai ndaigwa kwena kindu kiramis nyombeno
nikwagirwo gukoro haro.
And for me ni datorete karima, you see our bedroom ni datorete karima hado. So and I would peep fafarike shuwe mwenoria mamwena goko. So nigushokaniriria marashokaniria. So dikire side ya mamdi yake igwa ruwe twinake haha. So for my dad ndenda komenya niki areka. So ugasothia. So like riria gutari
uhoro njokanirio icio na haro
kwina kindu kiramis nyumba ino.
You become so addicted to violence.
Yeah, like nimekuwa addicted to violence, like ndenda ayado ni marwe mothe nikimakiriria uguo
ni marwe
mothe kwina thayo and you just feel kwina kindu kiuramis, that's something. Yeah,
you know he atumia majira aga kuhurwo akarigwo.
Yeah, like
niki itarahurwo
should better ashogothe now the person getha ahurwo cause na riria gukirite ugo ni wina tension like
kaba hurwo tension ino
tension. So I would love marwe menya nikiki meciria ni moyo, menya nikiki meciria ni moyo kaiwa
tension igathira tondu ino one way or the other no ari gwethera. So I would love marwe like riria matararwa ndiraigwa ai tikwega,
you guys should be fighting me dramas kaundu gaka jigwe nike murerana but taishi sipendi nini ngwigwa andu makirwa maybe from niko kwa plot koya gate kakinyaga kayari as long as it does not concern me it's none of my business. Kashoka
ugatikana na wewe ungeteithura andu mararwa
sipendi ndingwe nginya wakorwa, so I wouldn't ndingenda ukuhiriri handu hena
fararwo. So simply urenda gutuguriria ngoro ya mwana uria igwa aria nyina na ithe mararwa riria ithe arathii kurari na kundu kungi.
The abandonment, the rejection. Mimi nilikuwa na rejection ndanandika wira totally kutoka asubuhi hadi jioni gutire mundu raikira tukeo mwene oka andu maritereinio
no wewe wika
ndatinda the whole day
na uti mundu raikira
kinya muthenya wa kinya kijuria atiriri kaithiaga na customer ndathi wira ndacoka nigo macoka and I started to know something was off.
What did you do nigetha break that?
Really have to run to kwa church. So I had this pastor, so ikabidi tuanze now the journey. And huko sasa ndo unaenda unaambiwa ine bitterness yenye uko nayo neokoreraka because kila session
negotarurwo
mbona una feel hivi mbona uko hivi so rejection cause ukienda kuuliza shida ni gani of course ukora kwa modo wako brave, my dad did this, my dad did this. So
did it help?
Ilisaidia at least sina rejection anymore. But now the parts of kwenda nikijihil mimi mwenyewe ndio imebaki.
Wow, thank you Mercy. He mundu ngiuka uge he mutumia ndironete athiete kwaria story yake na mamu wao na I think the world doesn't like it when turaruga aciari tukana tura point issues about our parents wakora ni wokirirwo muno uthire kwaria cia mamu wanyu cia baba wanyu but togodaga I think it's time we had these very difficult conversations tondu ndungijira wewe mutumia muiretu waku wa miaka 21 is still bedwetting wagiriru ni wikara thi wiyurie what is wrong umenyage wejere what could have gone wrong, right? To mwana ucio na ni muraigwa Mercy akiuga kihiko is not in her to do list. It's not normal, you know. The normal is mundu othe akorwo na desire ya kugia na family, but we all understand where all this has come from. Ndungijira baba wanyu ehera, you felt na this is what is happening in homes. Wakora muciari uri urari urakire muru tukiuge uguo ehera ciana icio ni cia humuka ni ciaigua a sigh of relief. I think as a parent no agirirwo ni kwiyuria ni ciana ciakwa cikoragwo cinjigite ha. That's why I've said we really need to have this very difficult conversation. Wewe muthuri watiganirie ciana ciaku ugithii ukigura rina kwa mutumia ungi na ciana icio ugicirera no gicithomithia ciagi mara irakugaruruka irakuingata uracoka kwa mutumia waku wa mbere na ni ura expect ciana icio riu ni amasi ni mathire mawira ura expect ni magwika ati ni maku embrace makurorage they will not megwita nyina America etiguo megwita nyina America otiguo ku because you planted that seed kumagia mario anini. So Mercy, thank you so much ni gudirageria kuga in so many words that it's not a very easy conversation. It takes a lot of courage. Na tigushabia turashabia muciari but we are telling aciari mudu akoro responsible.
It's pure to educate na kumenya like enlighten todo kushokia tu thutha pole. The moment wakoraga my dad aratega wewe tito kuitoe aikoni jitito kwa papa na wewe tito kwa mam fafa dara nyenda toni jitito kwa mam shanto kuigwa na wewe sister yako
mutige mwe sisters mutige
kuigwa na okele tone fafa nitakiendetwo
riu arehe nginya haro ciana-ini
so gakora bado kwina that bitterness between all the kids todo arafiva side imwe ni ukakuya gutware hando atigire uria niki simply because sadwetitwo kwa mama so gakora kwina bara between sisters and sisters ama siblings to ile siblings rivalry
ni udwori mutondu riri ciana icio ni ciao ciumite mwiri muthirimo-ini wao ciothe ito haria metitwo uyu agetwo guku uyu agetwo guku
so we basically side ya mama ina thakame ya mama
uyu ngidari
so ukora ki wewe na thakame ya maitugo ga maitugo
thie weciugo ungirwo igatwika trigger tari maitugo
kimukwira na kana
nyokwa ciatwika trigger anyway all right so like tutigire hau mwiroreri Mercy ungimwenda no umwone in her social media platforms kana ndwingirite ku
no
ikaisura ndirura nduri in social media serious so wewe watu kuingira no YouTube you watch the stories kana movie
YouTube I watch the stories home movies
that's it
that's it.
You don't even have a Facebook account or Instagram or
actually niko tu na moja ya Facebook but sija open but hata siendangi sana
guy Mercy
juzi tu tukienda actually ndo nilianza tu like ile tu kutoka nje kwenda so on Saturday we had a movie night with my friend tukaenda tu na huko garden nyingine so tukiwa na wewe ndo nilikuwa namuuliza bidii unakuanga na apps gani kwa simu she was like kuna IG kuna Telegram and I was asking nikemweka ako thini tena mushene tu tuthikagiriria no mushene tu kona story I was like mimi my only one WhatsApp because hiyo ni kind of kuna groups za job and everything
nyugo
story shikarikira hao
guy misiletie my brother ni agukionaga channel ga gwicogotha ya kigerie
but ya Facebook I guess ni maseshi
agondomio ite
I guess maseshi kama yero
but wingiangi
singiangi
guy
mi Facebook nini WhatsApp YouTube kwa lapi job
ugo okay reke tutirihere hau mwiroreri tukunyitite ugeni Mercy Wanjiku. Thank you so much Mercy.
Thank you for having me.
Na mwiroreri ungenda kugayana na ithui rugano ungikorwo ri naruo ni namba ya Metha ya Kagoni iri hau ira flash screen ni yaku na namba iyo no utwandikire WhatsApp utwandikire a brief message ira tariria wega rugano rwaku then we are going to call you back tufagane uria tungigia na rugano ru akoni rugano twaigua ni rugano riguteithia eroreri aitu handu-ini ha Farago niwe muhuri witu wa mbica and Mercy. Thank you once again Mercy.
Thank you.
I want to be your friend. Do kanyone ule please. Ujitikirio hani, nikirio anini tu. Kidogo tu.
Yeah, you're a bandit.
A bandit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ke tutirihere hau mwiroreri njitagwo Monica Kagoni, neno ni Metha ya Kagoni.